Hey guys, it's Trish. Now, I didn't do the weekly horoscope for Saturday and Sunday because the new moon and Virgo energy kind of carried over, and I've been kind of extra busy. In fact, I've been overloaded. It is Virgo season, so there's a lot of projects, a lot of things going on, and on top of that, lucky me, I get that headache. I've been dealing with this headache for about 2 months now, and I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is. But anyway, so let me get on with it. I don't have the normal horoscope, how I usually write it out and script it and put it all into order. So I'm going to give you guys the basic rundown of what's happening. Okay, so Saturday, August 31st, we have a grand cardinal cross with the North Node in Cancer, 14 degrees, opposing the South Node and Saturn in Capricorn at 14 degrees. Okay, so that's, something that, well, when we have a grand cardinal cross or a grand cross, it's about something working at cross purposes, basically deterring you and diverting your energy. Now, this is something that's definitely going to change your life when there's the nodes involved. And with the 14 degrees, it's about trying to get some kind of stability. Okay, and 14 is about declaration. It's representative of the Temperance card representing Sagittarius. So it's hope to make changes that will bring the balance back. But that is being opposed by Chiron and Aries at 4 degrees, opposing the moon in Libra at 4 degrees. Okay, so Chiron and Aries is about healing our identities, self-mastery, having control of yourself without the external controls of society and paradigms. And being at 4 degrees, it's definitely about grounding and stability and power, having your own power, realizing who you are. Okay, and that's opposing the moon in Libra, which is about partnership and harmony. It doesn't necessarily mean a boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever, I want to say whoever you have something going on with. This can be in the work area, this can be in the home area, this could be your neighbor that you guys are working on a neighborhood project on. But anyways, there's a firm grasp of control that needs to be taken on here. With Moon in Libra, it's deciding to work with, because Libra tends to be dependent, and this ends up looking like codependency, like somebody needs you in order to get a grip or to have control. Okay, and it's not in alignment with who you really are. And the thing is, it looks like there might be a change in partnership because of that grand cross. It's like it's working against you. You're being hindered. You're not being allowed to be yourself for some reason or another. Okay, then Saturday we also have Venus opposing Black Moon Lilith. Now, Venus is in Virgo, so this can be love, money, pleasure, could be criticism. So somebody could be doubting you, and with that grand cardinal cross, you could be doubting yourself. Is this where I'm really supposed to be? Is this what I'm really supposed to do? Why are they holding me back? So it's kind of like you're being hindered. And when Venus and Black Moon Lilith in Pisces, Black Moon Lilith in Pisces is like the fear of failure. Being vulnerable to somebody and trusting that they will not use you for that. And when Venus is opposing Black Moon Lilith, that's basically you're being forced to align. Okay, you're being put in a predicament where you have to say no. Okay, and with the moon opposing Chiron, it's a lot of nervous energy, a lot of thought. You could literally be spinning. I mean, it is Virgo season, and we do have 5 planets in Virgo. So, and today we still have the moon in Virgo. So yes, 5 planets in Virgo, and all of our personal planets. So it's kind of like we're reviewing, we're going over things with a fine-tooth comb. Is this really is this person, place, thing, situation, or idea where I'm supposed to be going? And is this in alignment with my best truth? Well, I'm going to give you the answer right now. If you have to think that hard about it, it isn't. Okay, because also too, I want you to be wary with Virgo season. There's a tendency to point, project, blame others for how we're feeling. And that just amounts to victim mentality. They did this to me. They did this to me. They did that to me. It is so hard not to get into that energy, especially when there's an injustice. Okay, so think and think and think. It's really hard, and a lot of you guys are going to have to make a decision to change things because they're not working how it is. Now, because I'm not at home, I've got like all my stuff written down and no definition, so this is pretty much off the cuff, guys. Sorry, I apologize if I miss anything. Okay, so for Sunday, September 1st, we start with the moon in Libra at 6 degrees. Okay, so today we have a T-square with the north node, the south node that exits through the moon in Libra. Again, so this is basically the same kind of energy, only it's like a declaration or a decision. Either you're going to go along or you're going to make some changes to get your power back, because it feels like somebody's trying to pop the air out of your tires, basically. That's what it is. And they could have asked you to do something, or they could have asked you to stop doing something, and that's basically, they've done that out of fear. So what happens is when people project and they become worried about something, and mainly it's about money. You see what this world has created. People are worried about money, so they like to blame others for this situation. And with all this Virgo energy, they also have the habit of wanting everybody else to do the work and not doing it themselves. Okay, so if somebody has asked you to stop doing something and do more for them, the answer is no. Okay, if somebody asks you to, oh, I just said that, they're going to ask you to stop doing for yourself and to start doing more for them, the answer is still no. So there's going to be, it looks like there's going to be a change in partners here, because you've realized that they're holding you back. And if you allow them to do that, you're giving into their fears, allowing somebody else to control you. Okay, we also have Venus trining Saturn in the south node at 14 degrees. Okay, so Saturn is time, it's order. The south node is your past karmic lessons. Okay, so it's basically asking you to change your path, to change what you're doing. Saturn, time, order, karma. It's also discipline. So it's asking you to do something different than you've ever done before. I know a lot of you guys are like, why is this happening to me? Why am I stuck here? Well, the answer is one, you either need to learn something, or two, you're stuck in place because you're there to teach somebody else a lesson. It doesn't feel good when you're forced to become the teacher. And not that things have gone, excuse me, swimmingly well, but sometimes you have to make concession for people, but at the same time, assert your boundaries. How does that work? I don't know. It's individual for every single person. So when we have Venus trining Saturn, it could be somebody trying to restrict you. And this has been their tendency in the past, or this could be something restricting you, and it's been a pattern of it's been a habitual pattern. Okay, but also too, because it's a trine and not a square or an opposition, this also gives you an opportunity to get your own shit straight. Okay, now, have we done this before? Have you done this before? Have you allowed people to do this before? It's time to stand up. Take a stand for yourself and say no more. Okay, and we've been seeing this in treasure troves all across the world. We have Mercury trining Uranus, so that's like a brilliant inspiration. You could suddenly get this idea and start talking about this idea that you have. Uh, Maybe a new way to express yourself, or if somebody had told you stop doing this, you're going to find another way to do it. This speaks of an alternative course, an alternative idea, certain genius, okay, in how you can maintain your service and serve humanity. It's at 6 degrees. That's 2 sixes. Healing, social services. So some of you guys who had a door shut in your face, you're going to go around that door and you're going to create your own new door. Okay, and with Venus sextiling the North Node at 14, it's all saying the same thing, you know. Moon square Pluto being rigid. The thing about Pluto is its extremes up and down. So you're going to be adamant about, nope, I can't, okay. If they're going to block my path on this way, I'm going to go around them and I'm going to keep doing it. You're not going to stop me. I'm not going to let you hold me back, kind of deal. So a lot of you guys are thinking today, and just, you know, today you might come up with that genius. See, these personal planets and in positive harmony with these outer planets means that it's going to last for 3 to 5 days. So basically in the first half of this week, you guys are thinking about, how can I re-explode onto the scene. Okay, so it's like it's rebranding, it's making yourself over and doing things in a different way, not necessarily stopping it, but agreeing to placate somebody, but doing it in another way. I'm not sure how to explain it. Like personally with me, I was told that I need to stop working on my tarot and focus more on somebody else's needs. So they basically said, well, I don't want you to be independent. I want you to keep helping me so I can be independent. And I've been literally volunteering my time for a year. So at this point, I completely taken my videos off of their page, and I've only been putting them on my page. However, I've opened up an Instagram, and I've been kicking around the idea of opening up a Patreon. So maybe I will remove it completely from there. And I told them in no uncertain terms that, okay, I will do what you asked. And if I stop putting my information on your page, in addition, they wanted me to study an hour on my own without pay, to further their own purposes, and I'm not into it. Really, at this point, I've given, and I've been told that's not enough. Up until a few months ago, I was told that I'm doing great, and I haven't had any help. Period. No help. Nobody coming in relieving me. Nobody doing any chores. Nobody putting anything else into it. And I got asked, which is more important, the store you're working in or your personal business? And the answer is, I'm the most important. Okay, so somebody who's wanting to use me to further their own purposes and to spend less time on lifting myself up is a block, is a hindrance. And so basically, I know you guys are all looking for, how can I do this and still remain kind? And honestly, I wasn't. I'm angry. I will always be angry because I look at this person differently now. And a lot of you guys are realizing that, especially with Virgo, 5 planets in Virgo, everything is under the microscope, and you are now, not that you haven't been seeing, you've been ignoring things. You've been ignoring things for the sake of harmony. And now it's time to re-emerge as yourself and not under anybody else's control. So, I mean, I don't know what you're going to do, but you have to rebrand and package yourself and do this another way, because I think there is a such thing called, that is called a stepping stone. Okay, so you're in, you help out as much as you can. And like I was saying, with Saturday's Venus opposing the Black Moon Lilith, you're realizing what doesn't align with you, what is not in your best interest. And you have to do what's best for you. And I don't mean this in a selfish way. You never do anything out of selfishness or anger. And that is why you have to think and not make any moves. Okay, so in the end, you basically have to make the best move for yourself, right? Because if somebody's attempting to hold you back out of their own fear, you have to smash right through that. Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I've had the hardest time in the last month and a half. I feel a little lost, but it could have something to do with these major headaches I've been getting. I can't seem to get away from them, and I think it's just the stress of being held back. Okay, so I recommend vacation. Take a vacation. Everybody needs a little time away, like the song says. But one of the biggest tricks is to not fully give away your power. Agree to it. And the thing is, where we at? The moon in Libra. So it's about being diplomatic. Okay, holding up that smile, even though those teeth are sharpened, holding up that smile and saying, yes, I'll go along with you. And then in your off time, trying to work things. So a lot of you guys could be overtasked. You may be finding that you're having to do extra work and that you've got a whole bunch of projects. Now, I want you guys to hold on, because this is a temporary period of time. I know a lot of you guys are running around feeling really pressured, really stressed, tense. I mean, as you guys can see, my shoulders are like this. Yeah, very tense situations, and it could have been potentially explosive. The thing is, if somebody wants too much from you, you have to say no. If you give too much of yourself, that's draining you of your potential manifestation energy. Okay, so they're tapping into you, and bam, they become a sucky bitch. I don't know what else to say, guys. I usually have this pre-written horoscope, and like I said, it's rather off the cuff, so just hang in there. A solution is coming. We have the full moon in Pisces coming up mid-month. I think it's on September 14th. I don't have any of my information in front of me right now. But don't worry, I will in a couple of days. So the full moon in Pisces will be about love and compassion and dreams and secret dreams. And it's also about closure. Okay, so there may be a huge ending, as with the full moon. Now I want you guys to think back in March. I believe it was March 4th or March 5th. We had the new moon in Pisces, and that was at 15 degrees. Okay, so this full moon in Pisces is going to be at 21 degrees, where there's some authentic healing or some authentic closure. And it could have been started back in March. And it also has to do with the new moon in Virgo happening right now. Okay, so if you guys aren't sure what area this is in your life, I suggest you go back and look at what was happening for you around the beginning of March and what is happening for you right now, and that should give you an idea of what's going to be closing out come mid-month. Okay, and then there might be this period of time that you're floating, unsure of what to do, but come October, we have the full moon in Aries. So some of you guys could be like raging maniacs, and the rest of you will be ready to take on a new role, ready to step up and have this newfound courage, taking the lead for yourself. One dream may be over, and you may be stepping into the next dream. Okay, so it's like we're almost to the point of in between realms right now. So hang on, guys, just a little bit longer. All right, I love you guys. Take care.